How do you like that, buddy?
That's what we like to see.
It's the first rarity.
A new year can be a big inspiration. It can encourage thoughts of hope, new resolutions, new experiences, and of course, new birds to see. Since everyone starts out the year with a clean slate for the amount of birds they've seen, we always make it our goal to have a birding adventure on the first day of the year. This is our 4th year recording our expeditions, and we have our sights set on a few rarities that were seen in the vicinity of Dane County in Wisconsin. Ryan and I left around 6:15 a.m. and went to meet Rob at a park and ride in Madison, anxious to find out what our first species of the year would be. How's it going?
Pretty good. Ready to start the year off?
Yeah.
New year, new hairstyle. Right? Had this hairstyle before.
Have you seen anything yet? We haven't seen anything
I
yet.
screeched this morning.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did.
Nice.
Yeah. I wasn't going to start off the decade with a house sparrow for sure.
We are.
Are you? Is that what you got?
Okay.
We haven't gotten anything yet.
Oh, okay. Well, better get skedaddling before they wake up.
With a blank list and enough light to scan for birds, we embarked on our journey, tallying our first species of 2020.
So you saw a red tail.
I saw a red-tailed hawk on a power line, and there's either starlings or pigeons on the power lines too.
So I saw a starling. Oh, here's some
What is that?
crows.
Yep.
Our first stop of 2020 was Gibraltar Rock State Natural Area. Just outside of Devil's Lake, the natural area rises around 1,200 feet above sea level and features cliffs and a view of the Wisconsin River Valley. Here, we hope to find one of the Townsend solitaires that had been reported just a few weeks earlier. We heard black-capped chickadees calling from the parking lot, signifying to us that the birds were indeed out and about. We began our ascent up the snow-covered road leading to the top of the bluff. Along the way, we heard a downy woodpecker and got eyes on an active white-breasted nuthatch. After walking for what felt like much longer than 20 minutes, we reached the top of the park where a phenomenal view awaited us.
Watch your step.
Yeah. Wow.
I can see why a solitaire would like this.
Yeah, no kidding.
Upon arrival at the edge of the bluff, it only took a few seconds for our target bird to swoop down from a juniper tree and perch up in plain sight. Out of breath from our hike in the chilled air, we sat and enjoyed clear views of the elegant, dusky-colored thrush. At home in the western mountains, the winter migratory path of the Townsend solitaire usually pushes a few individuals into the higher elevation areas of Wisconsin, such as Devil's Lake, Observatory Hill, and this year, Gibraltar Rock State Natural Area.
First thrush of the year.
First thrush of the year.
Very nice.
One of the best thrushes, I would say.
Top 2.
How do you like that, buddy?
That's what we like to see.
Atop the cliffs, we heard a pileated woodpecker calling before making our descent.
You excited?
Yeah. Pumped.
You cold?
Cold, my face. But I'm warmed up with Townsend solitaire love.
From Gibraltar, we headed east to a farm where Eurasian collared doves are known to live. Along the way, we found many species from the car, including house sparrows, pigeons, and more.
Try to get a video if you can.
Good work,
Darko
my
Junko.
dude. It's fine.
I only see the back.
Oh, you're talking.
Alright, we got the solitaire, and then we just saw some other birds that said the Harlequin duck is still there, so that's a good sign, and we got a tip on a possible snowy owl, too.
And we just got invasive species.
We got the trash slam.
What's the trash slam?
House sparrow, starling, and pigeon.
At our next stop, we picked up mourning dove and northern cardinal in addition to Eurasian collared doves.
We just got the Eurasian collared doves. It was really easy. We just pulled up to the spot, and there were a bunch of them just kind of lining the trees, and really quick. Now we're on our way down to Goose Pond. Goose Pond is completely, well, mostly frozen, and I don't see anything.
With Goose Pond iced over, we turned our attention to birds in the surrounding fields, where we found American tree sparrows, blue jays, house finches, and turkeys, but were unable to find the snowy owl.
Saw a flock of 40 turkeys up on a ridge. We did not get a video.
We moved on to search for the rare Harlequin duck that had been reported in Madison. Since we'd heard it was seen earlier in the day, we were optimistic, but upon arrival, it was nowhere in sight. We scanned the open water for small diving ducks, seeing plenty of other species in the process. Having no luck finding our target bird, we moved along the lake, finding even more first-of-year birds, but still no Harlequin.
Checked 2 places with the Harlequin, no luck. Saw a guy who checked it out too and didn't see it.
Finally, Rob spotted something in his scope.
How confident are you, Rob? 100%? Alright, let's go over there then. The Harlequin duck is a rare Wisconsin visitor, often seen as the single individual in winter along the Great Lakes. This female, associating with female buffleheads, was the first Harlequin duck seen in Madison since 1981.
We found it. It was way harder than I thought it would be, but we found it.
2 for 2.
Yeah.
We stopped to get gas on the way to our next destination, which also helped us pick up a flyby species.
We saw Cooper's hawk.
Leaving the gas station.
Leaving the gas station.
Having hit on our 2 target species and still having plenty of time left to find even more, we went to University Bay. Under the eye of the Capitol building, the birds were plentiful, and we added to our species list with migratory ducks and our first gulls of 2020.
Did better than last year, but we didn't get a Hammond's flycatcher.
Hammond's?
From University Bay, we took a short drive to the Madison Arboretum. Here we found American robins on fruit trees and searched some open water where we found a few unexpected species for winter in Wisconsin.
We saw a kingfisher, and then Rob found a great blue heron that was like really tucked in.
eBird Reviewer of the Year.
I saw its reflection.
That's how they do it in the big leagues.
Gotta do a lot of reflecting.
From the Arboretum, we made our way to Pheasant Branch Conservancy, where we heard a vocal tufted titmouse and got eyes on a trio of sparrows in the brush piles. We also ran into our friend who gave us a tip on the snowy owl we had missed on the first time we passed through the countryside.
So we defeated our old total. We still have a little
Can't do
left.
better. So the plan is to drop Rob off and then go to look for the snowy owl that we missed because we got some information on where it probably is. So sunset's at 4:33. It's 2:56 right now, so we got a little bit of time.
We said goodbye to Rob and used our new intel to pinpoint the field where the snowy owl was seen. Not long after we got there, Derek found a small snowman shape sitting in the corn stubble.
So we were able to find the snowy. It is just tucked behind a little pile of dirt. And so you can barely make out the silhouette. It really looks like snow. It's perfectly camouflaged for this tundra habitat. And it looks really serene. It's just kind of looking around. good end to the day. We might be able to get a few more things on the way out too.
We go to Bellbrook, it'll take us 45 minutes right as the sun goes down. Maybe short-eared owls will be out.
On our way to the short-eared owls, we saw another bird that glides over open fields, the northern harrier. We headed south to our short-eared owl spot, racing the sunlight, hoping to arrive just in time.
Yeah, have you like ever seen a more beautiful sunset than that? It's gorgeous.
It's hard for us to say that.
So we got here a little while ago, and there's all these cars parked, so we're assuming that the short-ears are flying around. It's kind of amazing how many people are here. I didn't expect that.
With a cold wind whipping and a fiery sunset over the horizon, our final bird of January 1st made an appearance. The fading light made focusing nearly impossible, but nevertheless, we ended the day with an extremely cool owl species. Exhausted after an entire day of birding, we drove back, reflecting on the first day of the new decade.
I think it was a pretty productive day. We saw a lot of cool stuff, especially the rare birds we tried to see, which I think is the most important thing. We've been out doing bird stuff for 12 hours. 12 hours. That's half a day.
I'm about to go into a coma, I'm not gonna lie.
With our highest total ever on the first of the year, and some tough to find birds marked on our checklist, we felt good about our first trip of 2020. We arrived home thankful for our good luck and hopeful that more of it comes our way this year.
So what'd you say about the UFOs, Rob?
They're unidentified flying ornithologicals.
Or aliens.
Right?
Or both.
You know who he kind of looks like now? Edward Norton.
Who's Edward Norton?
Guy in Fight Club.
Don't talk about Fight Club. Turkey tracks. They use the path just like everybody else. I was like, there's something, and then it was a plastic bag
Like
in
a
a tree.
sailor looking for mermaids.
Basically, yeah.
Falling in love with sea cows.
Manatees. I think for future videos we need to invest in a window cleaning service. I just feel like I'm always shooting through dirt.
It's because you're a dirtbag.
Sometimes.
I hope to see something very similar to this in about 45 minutes, but with a flat face.
He's got a pretty flat face, not gonna lie.
Could be flatter.
Rob, remember the Hammonds?
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 Yes.